Hey, this is Jake with The Verge, and we're here with Lenovo's new Yoga 730, which I have right here in front of me, and the Flex 14. The Yoga 730 comes in two models, a 13-inch that I have here and a 15-inch model. They are pretty identical to last year's 720, but there are some slight design tweaks kind of all over it. There is a really nice change in back here where you have these rounded edges which look much more modern and sleek, and this angular design on the hinges. Also, since it's a Yoga, you can of course flip it around into tablet mode, but there's a nice difference for when you hold it in one hand. There's an angle here now too, which makes it a little bit easier when you're holding it one-handed, and yeah, it's a little bit easier, so that's nice. But otherwise, the hardware is pretty much the same. There's still no Windows Hello camera, but there is a fingerprint reader. I also really love this copper color, but unfortunately it's only available in Europe. In the US, you're only gonna get gray and silver, which everybody has a gray and silver laptop. The computers start around $900. For that price, you'll get an 8th gen i5 processor and a 1080p display. But you can also spec them way up. You can go up to an i7 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM. On this model, you can also get a 512 gigabyte SSD, and on the 15-inch, you can go up to a 1 terabyte SSD and add in a GTX 1050 GPU, which would be great if you're doing some serious video editing or even some gaming. Lenovo's estimating around 11 hours of battery life on the 1080p model, and one thing that is really cool this year is that Lenovo has built Alexa into these laptops. So they have far-field mics, and when you have the laptop open and you have to be logged in, you'll be able to say Alexa and get your answers. So you can choose between Alexa and Cortana if you want. It's basically just Amazon's app built in, but it's pretty cool that they have built the hardware into this so that you can use Alexa properly. The computers have a mix between USB-C and USB-A ports. They support rapid charging, and they're going to be available in April. It's a really nice looking computer, and the real difference between this and the higher end 900 series model is mostly the design. And the design of this is pretty nice as it is. If you're willing to spec it up, you can get a pretty good laptop inside this shell. One area it would have been nice to see Lenovo change this a bit is the display. While the display looks pretty good, it has a really large bezel on the bottom. And it's too bad because it would have been nice to see them bring that down a bit and give us a different aspect ratio with a bit more screen space. In addition to the Yoga 730, Lenovo is also announcing the Flex 14, which I have here. In Europe, the Flex 14 is actually going to be known as the Yoga 530, which is a little bit confusing, but also is kind of helpful because it lets you know that this is a little bit below the 730 as far as specs and build quality go. Now that's basically what you're getting. This is a very similar design to the 730, very similar specs if you pay enough, but you're not getting all the same features. So you don't have Alexa, you don't have far-field mics, and the build quality is not quite as nice, but you do still see some of the changes here. You have these more rounded edges here and the sloped hinge. One thing that I don't like about this computer already is that it is extremely hard to open. You definitely can't do it with one finger, and I really have to get my fingernail in there and kind of pry it open. It's like, it's a little bit of a workout. It's like doing one of those hand squeezy things. It's very strange. But you do get more ports in this laptop. You have USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, and a full-size SD card slot, which is pretty nice. This laptop is gonna start in the $500 range. We don't know exactly the specs that you're gonna get for that price, but if you're willing to pay more, you can spec it up to an 8th gen i7 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM. You can even add a GeForce MX 130 GPU. Unfortunately though, you're gonna be stuck with the 1080p display. Just like the 730, the Flex 14 will be available in April. For more, you can check out theverge.com and be sure to subscribe to youtube.com/theverge.